Little Flower coming at you from Houston, Texas, speaking about gang stalking and gaslighting and my advice regarding this. So, okay, here's the deal. My dad was a very well-gifted gentleman with the greatest gift of gab. Very well-traveled. Spent, 20-something years in the U.S. Army. And before that was in the Canadian Royal Air Force. And he would say, spin the globe, close your eyes, stop it, put your finger on it. I've been there. And he would say, I'm like horse shit. I've been everywhere. And so this is the biggest advice, one of the biggest advice pieces of information he taught me. He said, never tell the enemy anything. I used to watch these soap operas. I loved Young and the Restless. And guess what? Oh my goodness, they had conflict with this person over here. And they're like, you know what? If you don't do that, what I want you to do, this is what I'm going to do. They would be like, I want to tell you what I'm going to do. No. Never tell the enemy anything. I mean, anything. So what does that mean to you? What that means is when you figure out who are the props that are surrounding you, when you figure out somebody is like gaslighting you, let that shit roll. Number one, if you call them out, there's just ammo to, are you feeling okay? Oh, guess what? And then people are like, are you feeling okay? That's not what they said. You're taking it out of context. You're blowing it out of proportion. And then they'll have you doubting yourself if you're not steadfast within being grounded, okay? And if you're a really nice person and trusting like I was never trusting to the point of believing all that bullshit. I can't be gang stalked and gaslighted unaware. Let's put it that way. Now, whether or not I choose to play is a different story. Sometimes I'm like, let's see what the milligrams are up to. I feel like playing. And sometimes I'm like, I ain't got time for that bullshit. I'm not in the mood to play today. I got things to do. Or, I'm not in the mood to play today because I'm thinking of all this other great stuff that I'm doing. Creating. I'm a creative artist. That fills my headspace. Like my projects of what I'm going to do. Brings me joy. Which is what everybody needs. A freaking hobby. If these gang stalkers and, gaslighters actually had self-fulfillment, they wouldn't be doing this shit. So I actually pray for them to find themselves. Because when they're happy with them, they're less likelier to pull this bullshit. But that's another talk for a different day. I'm full of them. Aren't you a lucky crowd? That's the power of just scroll if you don't like it. Scroll, bitch, scroll. Pardon my friends, it's just how I am. Okay. Here's the deal. Never tell the enemy anything. Anything. And you might have to suck up your pride a little bit because, you might want to go, I don't know who you think you are. You can't pull that shit with me. Number one, that opens the door for them to, you took the bait. And if you don't think there's a script for that, you have to think again, honey. And number two, if it is somebody you know, or for me, a lover, I let that shit go. Because whenever they come at you, you know what happened? They tilted their hand. And they're the dumb fucks. Excuse me, I'll say that again. They are the dumb fucks that bought into your non-response. And that gives you the upper hand because you know who you can't trust anymore. So, you know, the battle is for your mind. The battle is for your mind. And these lovely assholes want you to commit suicide. So, mark them for dead. Okay? They're dead to you now. They may have been your lover. They may be your husband, your spouse, your whatever, or your best friend. They're not looking at you like a person anymore. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. But somebody has to. And, quite frankly, I let all those hands tilt around me. I can take it. Because guess what? Not everybody has to like me, and I'm okay with that. Because guess what? If somebody's complaining all the time and they're a grumpy Gus, they don't like me anyway because I show up like this. I am just so in love with life, and you know, it's such a great morning, and I already have my coffee, and it's already a great morning, and I'm already hyper to begin with, and I'm yeah, they don't really care for that. They're just all like, hey, check this out. And then people that are negative Nellies, they band together, and they're all like, of course I'm not right. I don't live by your rules and your norms. I am ethical. Oh, baby, I am ethical. Yeah. Don't mistake. I have taken a dabble or two at vengeance. And was it worth it? Fuck no. All that did was open a can of whoop-ass of a psychopath and unleashed a stealth rage. So if I could go back and change it, yes, I would. Yes, I would. But I'm a different person. I hatched on December 1st. And that's a story for a different day. But do not tilt your hand. And if you have, that's okay. Poof! New start. Ignore that shit. And don't let the enemy know you're onto them. Just recess. Do your best to recess. And record everything, everywhere you go. Okay, here's a for instance for you. I was at home, and shortly thereafter, the Renaissance Festival had wrapped up the season. And unfortunately, for these lovely assholes, unfortunate for them, they still kept coming at me, right? Yes, the nice little flower. Must be such a fucking pushover. No, honey. You mistake my quality of genuine caring and niceness for weakness. That was your folly. And everybody who put you up to that set you up big and bad. So, but at any rate, this is what they did. I had recently had my Jeep Wrangler repossessed, and it was out of my custody, and I got it back. And so, guess what happened afterwards? My remote access on my fucking thing just stopped working right. It was getting really wonky. But whenever I'd go out to my Jeep, poof, the remote access would work. And for a while, I have to say, you lovely assholes, you got me going there. I thought it was just my key thing for a while. And then that's what they do, they fuck with you like that, right? And then so I stopped using the key with the remote access, put that away. I'm like, you know what? My buddy was so kind. He took out the battery, changed it and everything for me. He was so nice. I love that man. He's like my brother. Oh, I'm very open with the love for my friends. Just because I love my friends don't mean I want to get with them. It means this girl recognizes the need for love within the context of society. And I have done multiple I love yous to strangers and friends just to have a matzo ball like hanging there like, oh, okay. I said, I made it uncomfortable. I'm used to that. But, so yeah, he tried to fix that for me, right? And it worked. And it really, they fucked with my poor remote access while it was not in my possession. I forgive them. And I pray blessings upon them. There's power in forgiveness. That's a different talk. And then so now I'm just like using my regular key. And whenever I hit the, lock all doors on the way out, and I put my key in, guess what? Honk, 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 honk. It's so annoying. Honk, honk. My alarm goes off. So, and the neighbors are like, oh, good, look, she's getting ready for work again. Or the Milgrams are like, oh, okay, it's time. She's leaving. We have to go follow her and go play games and shit. And then so, but, you know what those crazy assholes did? I walked out to my car, right? And it was around, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Those lovely bastards were just like, boop, boop. They hit the remote access like in my face. Like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch, we have access to your vehicle. I'm like, number one, I know. And, that's such an invasion. And you have 2 responses to this. Let it go. Getting upset with it does nothing for your headspace. Getting upset with it does nothing for your disposition of heart. Let that shit go. And quite frankly, I just don't care. I don't care. And that's where you need to be. We call that a healthy sense of apathy. And so that was funny. That was fucking hilarious to me. And my buddy, my compadre Squirrel was there. She saw the whole thing. I mean, these people were just like, we don't care about her anymore. We can defame her character. And they're just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you in your face, in your face, in your face, in your face. And so that was around 2 o'clock in the morning. We were, getting my house back into order. I'd been working a lot of hours during the season of COVID. And then whenever Ren Fair came, I was always over there in the campgrounds between work, Ren Fair, work, Ren Fair. So when the season wrapped up, it was time for me to get my life back on track. And she was helping me. I love you, Squirrel. And then so I found this so freaking hilarious. I'm like walking around my driveway here, like looking at these houses. You all big and bad, sulking in the shadows. Really? Really? You get your power from hiding? Guess what? What's it like when it's take your kid to work day? Hey, let's go hide in the shadows. But we can't post this on Facebook. Mommy and Daddy can't be proud of what they do. They get boners by attacking people in the still of night. So I'm just all like, man, it's really gotta suck to be them. I have empathy for them. So, I just let that shit go. You have to let it go. But when it comes to others that are like, okay, here's something else. One of my lovers over at Ren Fair, I thought he was a good guy. I really, really admired him a lot. Multiple levels. He was behind me. He was always so nice. He'd be like, oh, there's a little flower. He always made me feel so good. And I just, adored him to the moon and to the back. To the moon and back. But this one night, he's all like, he called me bald. Excuse me? What? Because I have beautiful dreadlocks and I know how to style myself. You think that I'm bald or something? Okay. Yeah. Hey, why do the Soul Sisters get all of the fun? I'm like, I went in on that. Guess what? I made my way in on that. And I have a damn good time. I have a blessed good time. But I'm just so like, oh, so that's how it is. But I never said a word to him about it. From that point on, he was dead to me. And it's a shame. Because I do believe his father is a part of the whole gang stalking thing. That could be a talk for another day. But I guess the apple didn't fall far from the tree. And it's a shame because he's an otherwise awesome guy. But if that's how he's acting, then I'm guessing he wasn't all that awesome after all, you know? Because who does that? So keep your cards to you guys. Keep your cards to yourself, guys. Never tilt your hand. Never tilt your hand. Never let the enemy know anything. Just keep recording it. Keep recording it. Keep recording it. Keep recording it. Even when you have enough. Even when you have enough. Here's a saying for you. Give enough rope to hang them, to let them hang themselves with. That's what I've been doing. Oh, yes. Cat's out of the bag, y'all. Play nice with me. Or you don't have to. Because anything happens to this girl, oh, they're going to be all over you at Texas Renaissance Festival. Mr. Dennis McCorvey, Kenneth, whoever you are, and Miss Michelle Gomez, Mr. Donovan. They're going to be all up your ass, my dears. Oh, and let's not forget Mr. Mo of City Ambulance, who has his lackey boy, Mr. Russell Noble, accused me of stealing a narcotic when I didn't. Apparently, you guys know who in College Station has been doing that. And that truck went from my station straight to College Station. And what? You thought you guys were going to plant a crack pipe in my fucking Jeep Wrangler? And have Jersey Village find it? You guys, man, something else. And guess what? Y'all already have hung yourselves. I gave you a chance with my GoFundMe till 4 o'clock. Oh, that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. Remember? Double down, straight 5. At any rate, yes. Back to my students, my tribe, my people. Never tilt your hand. Never let the enemy know that you know what's up. Oh, and by the way, I have been gaslighted on the work front since last year. Dispatch. I'm Medic 47. They'd be like, oh, Medic 74. Oh, Medic 32. A medic that we don't have. Multiple times. I didn't record on the regular. Poof. Oh, I may or may not have it. I want to see what you would do. Would you be forthright? Would you be, oh, you know, moment of empathy, moment of, okay, things happen that shouldn't have happened. Let's fix them. I'm a reasonable woman. But guess what? I've already forgiven you all. You fuck with me? You ain't fucking with me, honey. See that guy back there? See that guy back there? Them are angels. Archangel Michael Jesus Christ, El Shaddai. Oh, they're the lions roaring for me. I don't have a thing to do. All I gotta do is show up, have a good time, and if you blacklist me from anywhere else, guess what? You just make me stronger because I forgive. And I'm keeping it from happening to others, by the way. You thought you can pick on little Miss Nobody, little Miss Oh nice to everybody. Did you take my weakness as a sign of being nice? No, honey, I am not weak. I'm just well-mannered. So at any rate, my saga continues. YouTube, country, everybody. This is a diary of an intended. I'm not a targeted individual. I am designated for greatness. And so are the rest of you. Thank you for listening. My advice on how to handle being gaslighted and getting stalked. My advice for today is never tell the enemy anything. Never tilt your hand. And never let on that you know what the fuck is going on. And record everything. And don't tell anybody. Not even your best friend. Not even your husband. Not anybody. Anybody. And if you have, just let it go. And never mention it again. So this is how we war in a digital era. Because an armed society is a polite society. Give the props enough rope. They'll hang themselves. So, this is Little Flower teaching you how to survive their psychosis in this digital era. Stay tuned for the next talk.
See me bubbling quietly.